Jim Dyer is doing what he's done nearly his whole life, saddling horses, riding out, and gathering cattle on the grasslands of the Big Bend area of West Texas.
Oh man, I think it's some of the best cattle country in the world. We get a real mild winter. Very seldom do we get any snow, and if we do get snow, it's melted off by noon the next day or something. And so it's a pretty mild winter, and then the only drawback to it is we don't get any spring rain most of the time. All our rains usually come in the summer. We get the monsoons come up out of Mexico. We call it Rancho Espuela Cattle Company. Espuela means spur in Spanish. We bought a bunch of cows out of Kansas back in the mid-'70s, and they had the Spur brand on it, and it wasn't registered in Hudspeth County, so we just registered that Spur brand, and we named the company Rancho Espuela.
This is the Davis Mountains, or the mountain range here, and it's a good cattle country, even though it's part of the Chihuahuan Desert. But our average rainfall is about 15 inches, and we're a cow-calf operation. And we struggle like everyone else sometimes when it doesn't rain, but as you can see this year, we got pretty good rain, so we're pretty pleased and everyone's in a good mood.
Jim's daughter Amanda helps him with the ranch and with Big Bend Trailers, the company he founded using his own experience to create an innovative stock trailer with useful features that will stand up in the toughest country.
Well, my dad started Big Bend Trailers in 2003, and I came on to help him out about, I guess, 7 or 8 years ago, and so we're just a family-run operation. We actually ranch for a living, and it was kind of a fluke deal that he started this trailer business, just kind of a side business, but now it's turned into a full-time business and a full-time job for me.
Well, I think one of the things that makes Big Bend different is that I don't know of any other trailer manufacturer that actually ranches for a living, and so we get first-hand use. We get to know what works and what doesn't work, and if we can figure out a way to do it easier where it's less work, well, heck, we'll do it and design it into our trailer.
I would like to say that they're the toughest on the market, and I think that just goes back to the fact that we use them, and we use them in rough country, and so if there is a weak spot on them, we correct them, and you know, everything that we do with the trailers is to make them stout and to make them last. That's our motto is Ranch Tough, and that's what they are. They're tough.
Big Bend Trailers are now sold from coast to coast, and Jim has continued to work to add innovative features to make each of the trailers his company builds tougher and easier to use. The Dyers also still innovate in their cattle business. A few years back, they switched from limousine, adding the Akaushi breed to their operation.
We raised Akaushi cattle. We got into that breed in 2010, actually. I'd gone through the TC Ranch Management Program, and we saw some on feed, and they looked a lot like limousine cattle, which is what we were raising to begin with, and they were saying that they would grade prime on grass, and so it just intrigued me.
We bought some Akaushi full-blood bull calves and put them on our first calf limousine heifers and calved out of them, and they're real easy calving. They calve about like a longhorn. They have real small calves, and so we were really pleased with the calving ease, and so ever since then we've always bred our heifers to them, and we don't really have to watch the heifers. They kind of calve on their own, and we don't have any problems to speak of at all.
The Dyer family's roots in ranching go back several generations. Jim grew up showing cattle with the encouragement of his parents, James and Jan, who got married nearly 70 years ago and started the family cattle operation in this part of Texas.
Well, it's a real strong country, and I bought cattle for Young and Cooper out of Kansas, and they bought cattle everywhere, and they come down here. Les Cooper come down here several times. He said he thought this was the best country he had ever seen.
I love this ranch. It's like I said, it's God's country. I love it. We raised our family here. Our grandchildren grew up here, and our great-grandchildren are growing up here. It's a wonderful place to live.
You can't pick your parents, but if I could, I'd sure pick my dad and mom. It's been a blessing, you know, to have them as parents, and they've been a great role model and you know, a mentor and everything, and I really like to follow in his footsteps. And yeah, it's just been great to, you know, to work together as a family. And to me, you'd be hard pressed to find a better life and what you could do for a living that you know, that you love getting up every morning and love what you do for a living.
At the home of the Dyer family and Big Bend Trailers in West Texas, I'm Brian Baxter reporting for Cattlemen to Cattlemen.